Welcome on this tutorial. Wish all you are well. In last tutorial I have discussed while loop and nested while loop. In this tutorial I will discuss one do while loop. Entering into the discussion, please subscribe. It will encourage me to upload more and more important tutorials. This is flowchart of do while loop. Here the statement in the do while loop is executed once, then the condition is checked. If the condition is satisfied, means if the condition gives true, then it will return back to execute the statements into the loop. After executing the loop, again it checks condition. If the condition is true, again it executes body of do while loop. Now this will continue. When the condition will be false, then it will come out from the body and ultimately the program will terminate. Say this is the syntax: do, starting curly bracket, finishing curly bracket. This is body of do while loop having different statements inside curly brackets. So first all the statements inside these curly brackets will be executed. Then it will come to while and it will check whether the condition is true or false. If this provides true result, then it will go back to here and it will execute all the statements into the body. After execution of these statements, it will again return back to the while condition. If the condition is true, again it will return back here. This will continue till the condition become true. When the condition will false or logic 0, then it will come out from the do while loop and it will execute the next statements, or otherwise it will terminate the program. So this is how do while loop works. Now entering into the programming examples. Say I want to find out numbers from 1 to 100 which are divisible by 3. How to check whether the number is divisible by 3 or not? When the number is divisible by 3, at that time the remainder will be 0. So this condition we may use. What is the condition? When the number will be divisible by 3, then no doubt the remainder will be 0. Now how this condition has been used in the program? Say here it has been used like this: if I is a number modulo operator 3, I modulo 3 gives the remainder. So the number which are divisible by 3, those numbers will provide 0. I modulo 3 will provide 0. In that condition, this will be 0 equal to 0. So the condition in if statement is logic 1. So it will enter into the body of if statement. What is inside this? I want to print that number. So just printf instruction have been used and that number will be printed here. So from which number we want to check whether it is divisible or not? We want to check the number from 1 to 100. So the initial value of number is 1. So the variable I, the initial value has been considered as 1. So when this will be executed, I is equal to 1, then one memory location will be allocated for I and initial value of I will be 1. Next we have used the do loop, and inside this do loop we have used one condition with if statement. If I modulo 3. So what will be the value of I modulo 3? I is equal to 1. So 1 divided by 3, the result will be 0 and remainder will be 1. So here this will be 1 is equal to 0. Whether this is true or false? This is no doubt false. So it will not enter into the if body. After that, next number should be checked. So for getting the next number, here we have used I plus plus. So what will be the next value of I? The next value of I will be 2. Now for using the do while loop, we need to check the condition in while statement. Now what is the value of I now? Now I is 2. So 2 less or is equal to 100. Is it true or false? No doubt true. So it will return back to here. Again it will check this condition, I modulo 3. What is the value of I now? I is now 2. So here this is 2. What will happen? 2 divided by 3. The result is again 0 and remainder is 2. Now what will be the condition here? 2 equal 0. Is it true or false? It is false. So it will not enter into the body. So number will not be printed. I will be incremented. So present value of I is 3. Next condition will be checked, whether 3 is less or is equal to 100 or not. Yes, this is true. So again it will return back. What is the condition? I modulo 3. Now I is 3. So 3 divided by 3. What will happen? The result is 1 and remainder is 0. Now this 0 will be here. I modulo 3 is 0. So 0 equal 0. Is it true or false? Yes, this is true. So when this is true, it will enter into the body of if statement, and now the value will be printed here. What is the value? The value is now I is 3. So here it will be printed 3. Next value of I will be incremented. This is 4. Again it will be checked. 4 is less or is equal to 100. Yes, true. It will go back here. Again it will check here whether 4 modulo 3 equal 0 is logic true or false. That will be false. So it will not enter. It will increment. This loop will going on till the value of I reaches to 100. When the value of I will be 101, then this will be logic false, and ultimately it will come out from the do while loop and it will execute next instruction. Here printf new line has been used. This is just for getting a new line, nothing else. So this is the whole program. By this program we can find numbers between 1 to 100 which are divisible by 3. Now checking whether it is working perfectly or not. Running the program. Say we got the value 3, 6, 9, 12, 15 up to 99. So program works perfectly. Explaining do while loop with another example. Say I want to put different integers from keyboard and I want to get the summation of all the numbers. Say I will put value from keyboard 1, next I will put say 3, next I will put say 5. So ultimately we will get the result 5 plus 3 plus 1, that is 9. How long this will continue? This will continue means the summation will continue until we will provide integer 0. This is the condition. Means I may enter any number of integers from the keyboard. The program will give the summation of all the numbers. When I will put the value 0, then the program will be terminated. This is my target of programming. We can achieve this by the thinking that when we will put a particular value from the keyboard, that value will be added with the previous summation. Again when we will put the value, that value will be added with previous summation, and ultimately the result will be stored into a variable. Now when we will put the value first time, then at that condition what is the previous summation? It is better to consider initial value of the summation is always 0. So what will happen? When I will put the value 1, it will add with that 0. It will provide the summation 1 plus 0. This is 1. Say next value is 3, which I have entered from the keyboard. So that's 3 will be added with this 1. It will provide the result 3 plus 1, 4. Next when I will enter the value 5 from keyboard, this 5 will be added with this 4 and ultimately it will provide the result 9. So how many variables we need here? 2 variables we need. First one is the number which I will put from the keyboard, and next one is summation another variable in which the ultimate result will be stored. Now, what is initial value of summation? The initial value of summation always needed 0. And what is the initial value of n? The initial value of n might be anything. We may enter it as 0 or we may not enter any value. So say we are not entering any value. So initial value of n is garbage value. Here I have mentioned n and sum, two integer type variable, and initial value of sum is 0. Now if we want to put the value from the keyboard, no doubt scanf instruction is required. So this is scanf %d and this is address of variable n. So when we will enter any value, that value will be entered into the memory location n. Next, what we need? After entering the value, we need to add that value with the previous value of sum. So the instruction is sum is equal to sum plus n. So this instruction I have used here, sum plus is equal to n. So what will happen? When one number will be entered from the keyboard, that will be added with the previous value of sum and it will be stored into the variable sum. So this is the body of the loop. So after this body of the loop, we will use no doubt the condition in while statement. What is the condition? According to my program, condition is that when I will put 0, then do while loop will terminate. So here I have kept the condition if the number not is equal to 0. Say if the number is 1, so 1 not is equal to 0, it is true. If the number is 3, 3 not is equal to 0, it is true. If the number is 5, 5 not is equal to 0, it is true. So any number which is not 0, if we put that number from the keyboard, no doubt this while condition will be true and it will go return to execute the body of the do while loop. When we will put a particular number from the keyboard, that will be added with the previous value of sum. Ultimately that value will be stored into the variable sum. Then it will come out from the do body and it will check whether the condition is true or false. Now as I have put a value which is not 0, so that value not is equal to 0 will provide a true result. The execution will go back to again into the while body. When this will be terminated? When we will put the value 0 as the number, then that will be added with the previous value. Say in this case the previous value is 9, so 9 plus 0, it will be, the result will be 9. While the execution will come out from the body, it will check now n not is equal to 0. What is the value of n now? Now the value of n is 0. So 0 not is equal to 0. Is it true or false? 0 not is equal to 0 is false. So it will not return back to here. It will come out from the do while loop and it will execute the next statement. Now what I have used in the next statement? I want to get the last result. So just printf instruction have been used. Now what is the value inside the variable sum? The value inside the variable sum is 9. So if we print the value now, the 9 will be printed at the output. Now see whether the program is giving perfect result or not. Running the program. See here it is asking enter a number. Say the first number I am entering from the keyboard is 1. Again it is asking enter the next number. I am entering 3. Again it is asking enter the number. Say I am entering 5. This will continue until I will enter the value 0. When 0 will be entered, it will be terminated and ultimately we will get the result. Say next value I am giving here as 0. Say what is the result? Say here the result sum is equal to 9. 5 plus 3 plus 1, it is 9. So the program is running perfectly. You can check it by putting different values from the keyboard. So we have discussed about do while loop, how to write program using do while loop. We have discussed it with examples also. Practice at your home. I believe you will be capable to write programs using do while loop. Please subscribe, put your comments and queries in comment section.